convene the MTA Bridges and Tunnel meeting. Do we have any public speakers today?
Good morning. We have 3 members of the public registered to speak today. As a reminder, we ask that all public speakers adhere to the MTA's rules of conduct and decorum. I would also like to remind our public speakers that in the interest of time and fairness to all speakers, we limit everyone to 2 minutes. Please be aware of the clock in the front of the room and the warning light you will see reminding you that you have 30 seconds left to conclude your remarks. The first speaker will be Omar Vera. Following will be Murray Bowden, followed by Charlton D'Souza.
Good morning, Bridges and Tunnels committee meeting. I recommended a number of things back in the couple of years ago, but the most notable meaning that either reduce or eliminate tolling from the Cross Bay bridges. That's entirely within Queens, and because otherwise, in order to not have the tolling, they have to go around Nassau County, which will take time. But that's just a recommendation. But in any case, thanks for having me here, and see you in the other meetings.
Thank you. The next speaker is Murray Bowden, followed by Charlton D'Souza.
Good morning. I guess you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. I was taught years ago that consistency is safety. The road markings must be yellow on the left and white on the right, so that the driver knows where he's going. The outdated road lines where there are white lines on the left are not good information for the driver. Aggressive drivers take advantage of that. That creates road rage for others. Yeah, I can't stop my video. At the Port Authority meeting last Thursday, I said that the New York State Commissioner of Transportation, Maria Teresa, was the wrong person to put on the board because she is not enforcing safe rules for New York State. If she can't do safe rules for New York State, why do we expect her to do it for somewhere else? It's time to stop aggressive drivers from taking advantage of old-fashioned rules. It's your responsibility for the safety of everyone to see that every line on a driver's left edge is yellow. Safety and road rage, time to address it. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. You can. Take some responsibility.
Please conclude your remarks.
Correct. I can see the clock. It's got 9 seconds left. It's been a pleasure trying to figure out how the system works. See you soon.
Thank you. The next and final speaker is Charlton D'Souza.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Charlton D'Souza. I'm the president of Passengers United, and I'm smiling so far. So we are having a lot of complaints. We're getting a lot of complaints about the express buses that run on the Long Island Expressway. As they enter the Queens Midtown Tunnel, the bus lane closes like around, I think it's right before 10 o'clock. And so maybe y'all should keep the bus lane on the Long Island Expressway open a little later till like 11:30 in the morning so that express bus commuters can take advantage of that, because the express bus then has to go in the truck lane to get inside the Midtown Tunnel. It makes no sense. So as part of the Queens bus redesign, if you want, the buses, more people to have a quicker commute, that should be the goal. Otherwise, really, you need also a bus lane on the Long Island Expressway in the evenings for those people using the express bus coming back. And the way that you'll have the express buses going down Queens Boulevard, it gets stuck in all that traffic there. You'll have to do something better with the express buses. We're getting a lot of complaints about it. In terms of Staten Island express buses, everything is working pretty good there. Although, again, they should have the lanes may be open later and maybe for reverse commuting as well for those who reverse commute in the afternoons and evenings. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much. My name is Charlton D'Souza, President of Passengers United. Have a good one.
Thank you. Chair, that concludes the public comment.
Thank you. We don't have a, wait, here we are. Is this a quorum? No. We don't have a quorum, so we'll move forward. President Chair, are there any changes to the work plan?
Chair Mack, there are no changes to the work plan.
Okay. Wait, do we have it now? Let me know. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. President Chairman, President Chairman, will you start off with your remarks?
Thank you. Good morning. I'd like to begin with a brief update on toll evasion enforcement. Targeted operations by the multi-agency task force have yielded more than 1,200 arrests, over 55,000 summonses, and more than 5,100 vehicles towed, and also identified those responsible for nearly $60 million collectively owed to all of these member agencies. We also continue persistent toll violator and license plate enforcement at all our crossings, as well as in and around the congestion relief zone. This uniform presence is a visible reminder that officers are out there and they mean business. You'll hear more about our agency's overall enforcement efforts and security measures in a few minutes. For now, I'll continue to remind would-be toll evaders, pay your fair share and avoid trouble.
Let me make a comment. We're trying to enforce this. I'm on the road because of different functions I have in the state and my own business. And all I see is defaced plates to avoid the toll. Everyone talks about toll evasion and fare evasion, but the big money is in the toll evasion, and this will prove it.
Thank you, Chair. As part of the broader MTA cost reduction effort, B&T identified $30 million in annual recurring budget savings starting in 2025. These include adjusting budgets to align with historical spending and continued efficiencies from open road tolling. Through June, we are favorable for expenses and are on pace to meet our targets at the end of the year. These savings will translate into a larger surplus for mass transit in 2025. I'll now turn it over to Senior Vice President of Environmental Health and Safety, John Sterrett, who will discuss B&T's EH&S efforts. John?
Thank you, Kathy, and good morning, everyone. Environmental Health and Safety coordinates all environmental compliance, industrial hygiene, and occupational safety and health activities at our 9 facilities and supports activities at Randall's Island. We work closely with our colleagues in all departments to promote a safe, secure, and efficient environment for our customers and maintain a safe working conditions for our employees. Our team develops, implements safety and environmental standards, performs compliance audits, responds to emergencies, investigates employee injuries and near-miss events, supports safety on C&D construction projects, and provides site-level technical expertise and consultation. Safety indicators help us identify potential areas of concern. Here we present key safety metric we use for assessing traveler safety, rates of customer collisions per million vehicles. On this slide, you can see 2 important trends regarding collisions. One trend is the continuous downward trajectory of overall collisions, which has dropped by approximately 55% when compared to pre-COVID year of 2019. This trend is all the more impressive considering the steady increase in traffic volume. For 2024, we've recorded the highest volume with an average of nearly 927,000 daily crossings. Another way to look at this, there were 2.84 collisions for every 1 million crossings at our facilities in 2024, compared to 3.48 in 2023, or a 17.2% reduction. These positive trends can be attributed to our focus on the 3 E's: engineering controls, education, and enforcement. The first E, engineering control, is progressed in conjunction with construction and development to enhance traffic operations and customer safety. 2 examples are shown here. On the left, the Verrazano Narrows Bridge Belt Parkway roadway widening improvements completed last year have resulted in a 30% reduction in collisions. On the right, the Bronx Whitestone Bridge southbound Queens Approach roadway alignment, which has resulted in a 75% reduction in collisions since that project was completed. The second E is education, which is key to promoting safe driving behavior. Our upgraded electronic variable messaging signs are now connected to regional and local mapping applications, providing real-time information to motorists to help them stay informed and make safer decisions while on the road. The third E is enforcement. This involves a combination of measures aimed at ensuring compliance with vehicle and traffic laws. Our enforcement efforts include active roadway patrols to deter unsafe driving behavior, increased visibility of a law enforcement presence, and traffic monitoring to assist motorists who may be stranded or involved in accidents. These strategies have contributed for meaningful improvements in safety while managing increased traffic volumes and promoting a safer experience for all who use our bridges and tunnels. Thank you, and this concludes my presentation.
Thank you, John. I appreciate the work you and your team undertake on a daily basis. Are there any questions for John? Okay, next up is Senior Vice President for Security and Operations and Chief of Department, Charlie Chavez, for an overview of security and enforcement.
Thank you, Kathy, and good morning to everyone. The MTA Bridges and Tunnels Security and Operations Department is responsible for managing and overseeing central operations, security, law enforcement, customer messaging, weather response, emergency management, training, and special event planning. As President Sherman referenced earlier, we also lead revenue recovery enforcement efforts and investigations at our 9 tolled crossings and in and around the congestion relief zone. In addition, our department integrates physical security safeguards and advanced technological solutions. Central operations comprises special operations, highway and truck enforcement, emergency management, and Bridge and Tunnel Operations Command Center. OCC personnel monitor real-time traffic, track incident response, and oversee weather preparedness and emergency management 24/7. Another primary duty of the OCC is delivering timely and accurate customer information regarding notable incidents such as traffic disruptions, weather-related service impacts, emergencies, or planned construction-related closures. This information is shared and updated via MTA customer alerts, via text and email, and reflected on the MTA website on the B&T service status page. The security of our facilities is primary concern, but especially during high-profile events such as the New York City Marathon and the Tunnels to Towers Run and Walk, high-security visits, and the United Nations General Assembly. Our emergency management planning section plays a key role in preparedness through regular drills, high-visibility deployments, seasonal weather prep, and exercises with partner agencies such as the NYPD, MTA Police, State Police, FDNY, and others. We also closely monitor public demonstrations and protests for potential traffic impacts. Guarding our facilities and structures from damages inflicted by overweight trucks is also of critical importance. The Security Division is responsible for all aspects of protective measures at MTA Bridges and Tunnels. Organized into 3 functional areas, the Security Project Management Office conducts physical security assessments and coordinates efforts with MTA Construction and Development, as well as internal B&T stakeholders on matters of security integration and advancement. The Security Operations Center monitors access control and camera systems and enforcement tools such as the license plate reader network. The Technical Services Office leads research, development, integration, and maintenance of advanced detection and emerging technologies, including the agency's comprehensive drone program. Our Revenue Recovery Division works closely with our tolling and facility management departments, and we partner with a growing number of enforcement agencies on joint operations, most recently the Clarkstown Police in Rockland County and the Suffolk County Sheriff. The number of persistent toll violator interdictions and summonses issued in Q2 of 2025 was the highest over the past 3 years. In June of 2025, 794 vehicles were interdicted for persistent toll violations, with nearly 2,000 summonses issued. These initiatives focus primarily on toll evasion, but also encompass enforcement against other criminal activities such as DWI and speeding. To further support public safety, Bridges and Tunnels is increasing enforcement against vehicles with illegally tinted windows, which reduce driver visibility and pose a risk to law enforcement during traffic stops. We have equipped our officers with new tint meters and ensure compliance with the New York State Vehicle and Traffic Law, and over 75% of our enforcement personnel are now trained in their use.
Let me interrupt that. I'm on the road. We have, unfortunately, a major security problem at bridges and tunnels all over the country, not only here. You have mental problems, and the tinting where you cannot see in the car is become more important due to the fact that if they have an explosive and they're willing to give their life up, which we see all over the country and in other countries, this will impact the trend and the flow of our traffic and inconvenience, forget the money cost, and God forbid, who knows how many can be hurt. So this is a very important thing. That's a warning. And that is 60 years of law enforcement in 4 police departments, New York State, New York, and Florida. So we must address it. We did address it. President Sheridan is 100% with it. She's done a great job. We got to have the men and women out, not only sitting in their cars, get them out and get that enforcement.
Agreed, Chairman. Thank you. So with that, we remain steadfast in our commitment to protecting our crossings, our customers, and employees, deterring toll evasion, protecting the revenue that supports critical infrastructure, and operational goals across the MTA. Thank you, and this concludes my presentation.
Thank you, Charlie, and the entire security and operations team for your daily efforts on the front lines and behind the scenes. Are there any questions for Charlie? Commissioner Brinkman.
Yes, I understand the other night we had to close the upper level of the Verrazano Bridge. Can you walk me through how that decision was made?
Okay, we're on now. Okay. So the upper level of the Verrazano Bridge, we did get a severe thunderstorm, storm watch warning, which escalated things. Through our command center, we made notifications to our facilities for awareness that this was a fast-moving storm and a front coming in towards our facility. Verrazano Narrows Bridge, upper level is a Long Bridge and right at the harbor opening, and very susceptible to this type of weather. So at this point, there was some concerns with some of the construction scaffolding there, and in abundance of caution, it needed to be secured, and it wasn't prudent to have the public drive over at that point. So a command decision was made to close the upper level for safety, evaluate what the weather condition was doing in this area. Was it moving fast enough? And at the point that it was prudent to open up traffic again, we did.
No, I'm certainly not questioning the decision. I think that was a very prudent decision. I just was trying to understand the process of how you get the weather reports, or how you get to that point where you say, we don't want anybody on the upper level. I know the lower level is protected from,
Correct. Well, we have a number of systems that we use to monitor weather. Through our headquarters emergency management, there is a weather service that provides real-time information to all our agencies of the MTA, as well as we have equipment on the bridges themselves monitoring weather. So all that integrated and overall command at the facilities monitoring weather itself, that interfaces with our leadership and our command center that monitors traffic and any events across the whole area of all our 9 bridges and tunnels. So it's a coordinated effort, it's not ad hoc.
Marlene, can you elaborate on the wind speeds and also the power situation?
Sure, I can. So what we saw on that day, we saw wind speeds or gusts up to 70 miles per hour and sustained at about 55. So when we get wind speeds that high, it is prudent, as you know, to close the upper level at that time. We did have a loss of power with the winds. I think we got kicked out for roughly about an hour or two. We were able to restore it shortly after. Obviously, there were trees down and power lines down that impacted the bridge at that time.
You're 100% right. That was all over Long Island as well. And as you know, an ounce of prevention's worth a pound of cure.
Any additional questions? Okay. We have 2 procurement actions. We still don't have a quorum, so I guess this will be an information item at this point, and I'll turn it over to David Hanley, Deputy Chief Procurement Operations, to present these items.
Thank you. MTA Bridges and Tunnels has 2 procurement actions being brought to the Bridges and Tunnels Committee this month, one for ratification and one for approval. B&T seeks approval to ratify a modification to a competitively negotiated personal service contract with TransCore LP to implement an automated revenue recovery system. The system will review the images of obstructed and altered plates and determine the owners by identifying missing license plate characters. After negotiations, a cost of $3,394,170 was agreed upon, which includes liquidated damages as well as 2 years of support and maintenance. The proposal is consistent with B&T's estimate and reflects the rates stipulated in the existing contract and is therefore considered acceptable. B&T also seeks approval to amend a competitively negotiated public works contract with Triumph Construction Corp. For median barrier transfer services on the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, which will extend the services for 1 year in the amount of $3,048,000. The increase was determined by using existing contract rates and adjusting the quantities for this 1 year period. This extension will allow continuation of the barrier movement services until October 2026, when these services will be performed under Capital Project VN 84B, which is being competitively solicited. Unless there are any questions, these procurement actions are described in detail in the staff summaries included in the committee materials. I submit these actions to the committee for approval.
Chair, I've been informed we do have a quorum. Commissioner O'Donnell can vote.
Oh, Jimmy, there you go. Okay. Are there any questions regarding these 2 procurements? None? Okay, can I get a vote? Second? All in favor? Aye. Thank you, okay.
Go back to the minutes as well.
Okay, we can go back. Yeah.
So we'll also go back to the minutes for the May and June committee meetings.
Right. Now that we have a quorum, Are there any questions on the minutes? Andrew,
I
good
have
for
a
you.
correction on page 24. Bill Amarosa's name is misspelled. It's AMA, not AMO.
Andrew, thank you. You're invaluable. Okay, can I have a vote? All in favor? Aye. Second? Great, okay. Thank you. Now we're...
Thank you, Chair. This concludes
I'll turn
our
it back.
report.
Yeah, that concludes the report. Now we're gonna have that movie?
Nope, we are done.
Oh, we're done with, I thought we had a little movie here. May I, yeah, do we have a motion to adjourn? You got it. All in favor? Thank you all. And stay out of the heat.